Hey everybody, Tashi here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Welcome back to my channel. To everybody new, hello and welcome. So I have Oscar here tonight. To those of you that don't know Oscar, he's a full-bodied silicone baby boy. He's the Dwayne Awake #2 by Claire Taylor Dolls. So we're gonna get started on a pretty hot topic going around right now, and it was started over by Ines at the Reborn Doll Collective, and I actually just saw Kelly Girl's video on the topic as well, and it's talking about our reborn collectors. Um, Responsible for or fueling the scamming that's going on, the scamming sites that are going on, because we had that going on really rampant over Christmas time, over the holidays. I noticed it a lot. So it was a great subject, and I think the most important thing, and I know that I touched on this as far as doing my series, was that about education, new collectors coming in, about being informed, being educated, doing research, etc., which is, part and party to why I've started my new series, which is up, and I will be putting it into a playlist. I did the introduction, and I will be going on probably like once a week. I'll film a video specifically for that series. In the meantime, while I chat, I'm going to change Mr. Oscar. He's half changed out of this adorable little Winnie the Pooh overall he was in. Oh my gosh, so cute. So if you hadn't seen him, you can head over to my Instagram at pixiemommies_reborns. That's always in the description below, and you'll see pictures of Oscar in this outfit, which was really cute. And what I am going to change him into, I'd like to try the Gumi Kids on him finally. And I'm going to do a whole thing on the Gumi Kids. I got a bundle from them of a few pieces for Christmas, and I believe I tried a gown on Stellan and this on Noble, but I didn't really show like all the pieces together and everything it came with and how I felt about it. I want to see how it fits, how this fits Oscar. So it is Gumi Kids. Gumi Kids, there we go. And I did the 0 to 3 months for, there we go, for Oscar, and like a Levi size and a Chase size. Anyway, it has the little bum flap, which you all know I am totally obsessed with. So these have feet that roll up, so I'm going to try. It comes with this beautiful bag when you get a bundle set, and in here I haven't tried on anybody yet. It comes with little hand mitts and adorable little booties. So I am going to try the booties on with Oscar. I thought that would be cute. So anyway, we're going to get going so I could get talking. So this is not forever and ever. So back to what we were talking about. Yeah, I feel like I definitely want to be helpful and do my part as a collector and YouTuber, to help share information for new collectors, because it not only helps new collectors get going and kind of get to where they want to be faster, but it definitely helps people not wind up getting scammed by these, mostly like Chinese websites. They will steal photos, artist photos, other collectors' photos, and steal the artist sculpts and possibly create, some type of knockoff that is just definitely not what people are expecting to get when they see the pictures of, stolen pictures of artists' prototype works and artists, works that collectors have that are, high end dolls. And then they get something, or they don't get a doll at all. They don't even send a doll. They will take the money, usually between $100 to $200, and then they tell you you're going to get, this doll or a very expensive reborn or whatever it is that that particular site is scamming with. um it is sad. It is definitely really sad to see. But as Kelly mentioned, it is frustrating to see that it continues to happen, and that I just want to show this little bub for a minute. He's just, I can't not appreciate him for a minute when he's getting changed. It's just, I just feel like I have a baby, a real life baby, right? Anyway, um, bottom line, folks, is, getting into collecting these, very realistic, lifelike, dolls. It, it's an expensive hobby. I mean, there's no way to kind of cut around that. It just is what it is that it's an expensive hobby. Now, as I was talking about, and I will continue to share, there is definitely ways in, to buffer that, you know, um, you know, how high it can go, how, things like that. And there's certainly ways to be in this hobby and enjoy dolls even other than reborns and things, just the same as anyone's, enjoying a silicone or a reborn. It's not like you're exempt from being in the reborn hobby just because you don't have a reborn doll. You can come in and, play with whatever kind of doll you want and be here. But people that are looking specifically and wanting reborn dolls or silicone dolls, which of course, if you're coming in, on a tight budget, I would definitely suggest obviously looking for a reborn, as opposed to, silicones will be a lot pricier. Um, and there's definitely ways to, achieve that. But if people don't have an understanding of, what a kit is, what a kit costs, like a reborn kit, and then they see we were using the example, or Nez was using the example of the, they were offering a silicone Saskia for $100 or 200, whatever it was. If you look at the Saskia kit on the dealer site, the kit alone is over $100. The blank painted kit alone is under $100. So, knowing kind of, some, going and taking a look at the sculpts on the dealers, websites, and just getting a feel for the prices of the materials and things like that. Then people, when they hit these uh scamming sites, they will know that's not possible. That's not, what they're going to get, if there's a better understanding. So I think that's really important to, do your research when you're coming in. There are many Facebook groups out there for not only scammer groups that will list a lot of the, scamming places and continue to update it, and anyone that's, scamming within the community or things, and all of those things will be in there, as well as legit reborn and silicone doll groups, where you can network and get to know other collectors and see their dolls, and get to know what sculpt is this or that. And that's definitely important here to do some research. So I'll give an example. Even if you were going to spend $100 or $200 on something, anything you knew nothing about in life, whether it was some type of brand of bicycle or toy for your kid or something, you would look into it. You would do some research, on, what you're looking to buy and spend your money on. I mean, heck, when I was looking at the like Snuggle Me Organic, thing for the babies to lay in, and I was like, oh gosh, that's an expensive item to, buy for the dolls and da 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 da. And I looked for a way around it, and I was like, can I go on used? Can I go on? And there really was, even used, they were expensive. And then it's like, well, I might as well pay the $20 more and have something brand new. I finally waited. I hit it up on the Black Friday sale. I saved. I waited 2 years to get the thing. I saved, and I hit it up on Black Friday at their cheapest possible point in selling them. Um, so there's ways, and you know, save, 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 save. And there's definitely ways, into the hobby. Um, I started out, you can get you on the second hand market. I got some really beautiful, reborn second hand at excellent prices. Yep, they were older sculpts. They were 3/4 limbs, but they were beautifully painted, beautifully rooted dolls, you know. So no, they might not be the current, what everyone's raving about that's coming out next, but you know, now here I am 3 years later, and am just, thrilled and to have and be blessed with the collection that I do have. And now I am watching the latest sculpts coming out and seeing them, sculpted on the artist, pages and all that good stuff. You get there in good time, but it doesn't all come at once in the beginning. So I think it's just important for people to understand that, and people to understand that, again, if you're really getting into collecting and you're really looking at these high end dolls, and that's the type of realism and what you want in the art, um it gets expensive. There's no two ways around it. And there's some very serious collectors here. There's all kinds of stuff and drama that goes on in this community, and people are, I was laughing about Myra's video last week. She, because she always remembers the one that somebody was going to sell their air conditioner to buy a doll. It's like some people are really, serious, and I think we all can joke and be like, oh my God, I'm waiting for a liver or a lung or something to go up. And I know many of you can relate to that, because it's like, you see a baby and you're like, oh gosh, I'd give my left leg. And, a lot of us do, a lot of, figuring out, working our patutskis off, selling other dolls we have, moving things around, and probably going way out of our comfort zones, because it can be like addicting, but again, it's a hobby. It's not a necessity. It is a luxury. It's something that, it's not like, food, clothing, shelter. It's a luxury. This is something that we're buying for ourselves. And I do understand that There are people that use these dolls, for therapy, for anxiety, depression, for grieving and things like that. But two things there. One, you don't need a high-end doll, a very expensive doll, to get the effect of having a baby to hold in your arms and rock and things like that. And number two, it's still, if you're not in a place where you're able to save or do a layaway or have anything, what it's then there's, bigger fish to fry in life, right? Then you know what I'm saying? They are dolls. They are, it would be like somebody saying, well, I that diamond ring would make me so happy, and I just, but if you're not able to, put that ring on layaway or save up money for that ring, or if then, you either buy, a not as expensive or big diamond ring, or you don't buy it all. It's again, these are wants. These dolls are something that, we want. It's a hobby. We enjoy them. I mean, become a huge part of my life. Oscar, I pick him up and I'm just like totally de-stressed. Okay, so I'm not loving these. Fold over so the foot can come out so that you can put the booty on, but I'm not loving, like, it doesn't go anywhere. It's all bunched up here. So if you're not using the foot, they're just, the feet are out like this. And I don't really see the booties being good for this. Now, in the gown, you could put the booties on or with something else. And let me see how I like the booties. But I'm not liking it with this long thing, because then I'm bunching that down. Well, I guess once you put it down there, okay, it hides it well. For the doll, for a real baby, I wouldn't want to, I'd feel like they'd be uncomfortable with that all bunched up down there. But maybe okay for Oscar. So, that's more of my take on it. Some of the collectors that have talked about this have been here, longer than me and way, way longer than me. But in the time that I've been here, I've definitely seen it. And, yeah, if people, stop giving their money to these scam sites that either just steal their money altogether, or send them, a horrible, plastic, doll, nothing of what the pictures are, because the pictures don't belong to them. um if everyone does their research, and uses some common sense, that you're not going to get something that costs thousands of dollars for $100. If it's too good to be true, it probably is, and that's just good common sense. And very understandably, these dolls, they really tug at your heartstrings, and it's really, really hard, because like I said, you have collectors that, are into the hobby, that are buying, that are spending money, and many of us, will talk even as friends. And, I'm the first one to admit it. I've talked and said, I feel really guilty, and I feel like I really whatever. But, I've given up a lot of personal things. I turned him over so you can see the little butt thing. He is definitely like, these are really nice booties, first off. I've heard the preemie ones, by the way, fit actual preemies very well. That their preemie stuff is definitely like great for actual sizing for, small preemies. And oh my gosh, he looks absolutely adorable. You're my little Goomy kid. And this is, I'll tell you, I didn't love it until I put the booties on, and it probably would have been real cute just with the feet. But oh my gosh, this is really sweet, and he is just so snuggly, buggly in this. Oh yes. Say yes, mommy, we picked a good one. So yes. Yes for yay for Goomy kids. I love it. Mommy loves it. They don't have a huge, large selection. They're, when an organic brand. They have some exclusive limited edition pieces that have, cute stuff on them. And then they have just a few basics like this. They're often out of stock in sizes, especially the preemie size goes out of stock really quick. And they have a preemie size, a newborn size, a 0 to 3, and I think it goes up from there. And they have some other stuff. They just don't have like a huge selection in colors and prints and things like that. But what quality? I mean, again, something I will put on a baby. I might not bunch up and put a booty, but you would just use these with the footies. I was wanting to try on the booties. The foot flips over. It has a footies, and the ham flips over, and it has ham mitts. So, oh, how sweet is this? I love it. So anyways, I wanted to get a video out there for you guys, for you ladies and gentlemen. And that's my take on, so yeah, I think, obviously these sites, these scammers wouldn't be, there and doing what they're doing if they weren't able to, take people's money. So I think it's really important. I mean, I understand, that some people may come across these sites and have never seen any of these dolls, never been on YouTube or heard another collector speak, literally just know nothing and stumble upon them and think, oh, what a beautiful, realistic looking doll. And, for whatever the reason, don't think to look into it because they just have no idea. I get. But anybody that has, that's around, that's here to comment on our videos or posts or things like that, then you at least have heard and seen something. And, and again, that's why as collectors, we're talking about it. It's a topic that should go around the community. Hopefully, most channel creators, or many channel creators will talk about it, give their, version of this video, just to put it out there so people that are aware that there are these sites out there. They also make Instagram pages and Facebook pages and sell and do off there. I've had more times than I can count. My photos have been stolen of my babies. My videos have been stolen of my babies. And there I'm seeing with my own two eyes my babies up for sale on these sites, so it's crazy, right? Isn't that cuckoo Mimi to think? So that's what these places are doing. They are out there, they exist. So if you're looking to get into the the reborn and silicone doll hobby, definitely research. Stick around. If I think it's the video before this that I rolled out the introduction to my series, giving out, lots of helpful information. I'm going to continue to in a series of videos for new collectors. I'm definitely going to talk from each end of collecting. I'm going to talk to you all that are, perhaps have a few dolls already and are really looking to, get into the hobby seriously and want to move into high-end dolls. Perhaps those that are moving on and going to look for, silicone dolls. And we're going to talk about, all the features and, what you want and where to go and where to look and what to do. And, we're going to talk to, I'm going to talk to collectors that, perhaps are not even ready or there or able to purchase necessarily a reborn from an artist, even at the lower end of cost. But we're going to talk about what you can do, how you can get yourself a doll that you will love and enjoy, and it will get your feet wet and into the hobby, and then you stick around and participate, and you never know what goes from there. So I hope just to get everybody involved and touch on all ends of it, because the bottom line is, every collector here that has dolls that they are like in love with and they're enjoying and they've been here wants to see everybody happy and have dolls that they love and that they're enjoying, on all ends of the cost. I talked about this from literally day one, from my first, few videos in on my channel. I talk about, just how amazing that, there was this one girl that was here that she had, I think, possibly a doll or two that she purchased maybe at Walmart, don't quote me on that, but something of the sort. And she got some paints from Walmart, and she, reborned those, dolls herself. She put her own love and hard work into it. She did a pretty darn good job. She put adorable clothes on them. She did fun role play and stuff. And she loved those babies. She was so in love with my Asir. And she finally wound up getting a little girl baby. Artist worked with her. I guess she, figured and worked something out. It was a newer artist. It wasn't, a prototype doll or the most realistic or whatever. But she wound up getting an adorable little baby with curly hair like a Sierra. It was a little girl. She got glasses for it. She was so happy. And that is so fun to see, so there are definitely creative ways to enjoy being here, because I don't think it's a joy to, cry in our soup and, just go around and say, oh, why me? I'm so jealous, or even worse, that like, I'm hating on this channel or this collector because, whatever, it's, it doesn't make anybody feel good. And nobody wants to see that. And there's no reason for it, because you don't want to be here a year from now or 2 years from now feeling the same way and going around just kind of angry with everybody. When during that time, you can just be taking baby steps forward and getting to, where you want to be, in the hobby. And we all have different incomes in life, right? We're all, if you look around at your neighbors, at your friends, your colleagues at work, wherever, just in life in general, not every obviously, not everybody has the same material belongings, and some people can, I mean, I look and there's people that have, houses I could only dream of, owning, a huge house and this and that and the other thing. But I don't drive around all day, upset about it and, leaving notes on people's doors. I make where I live the best that it can be. And I help build my community here and my kids' school and everything to do the best. And I feel good and I live happily. And there's ways to do that everywhere in life, is what I'm trying to say. So just trying to pull together and, talking reality, and talking about, hey, really realistically, what's your budget here? And let's see, what can you do? And go from there. Right? I don't know. I don't know if I've made any sense, but I'm just trying to be helpful to everybody. So, this is a hobby, and we always want to see everyone that comes in to the hobby, enjoy it, because that's what it's supposed to be here for. It's supposed to be here for, enjoyment for us, right? And I can't possibly imagine this little stinker any cuter, this little bub. He is my baby. It's like I'm just always so in awe of him. I hope you all enjoy seeing Oscar as much as I love him here. He's really, took me a long time to get here, and I am soaking up all of it, just enjoying this, baby to the max. All right, everyone. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video and so you receive invites to my live streams. All right, everyone. Till next time. God bless.